I'm Sue de Cesare. I'm the director of the charity Yes to Life. It's a little bit of whizzy to keep you awake. So the money that we've received from the Emergence Foundation is for a very ambitious project for the charity. We're looking to build a national centre for integrative care, cancer care. For those of you who have never heard the word integrative medicine, I thought it'd be useful just to give you what we see as the definition and what we see as the future of cancer care. So it combines the best of conventional treatment alongside the best of complementary and alternative medicine. It's a practice of medicine that reaffirms the importance of the relationship between the patient and the practitioner, which is often lost in the UK. It focuses on the whole person, it's informed by evidence, and it takes all of therapeutic approaches to achieve optimum health and well-being. So that's what we're aiming to do. So this is just a brief sentence that I think sums up what we're trying to create in this centre we want to build. So an uplifting educational resource centre where people with cancer and healthcare professionals can find support and access the best information about that integrative medicine. So we had to find a team to help get us started with this. We were very fortunate to meet Alessia Moshi some time ago. She's an architect that has been working with us for free for some time to try and realise what we can do with this centre. She's now on board as part of our team going forward. Simon Lewis is the project manager who was introduced to us by Alessia. Importantly, we needed to find out how we cost. This is a big project, so you need to be able to cost it professionally. So Stephen Pickerskill from Core 5 has actually given his time to us in the initial stages of costing for free. And we employed Barker Langen, Darren Barker, to look at location. It's one of the first things people will ask you, where are you going to build this centre? So we have to do that properly, find the right place. So that's our team, as well, of course, the Yes to Life team. So we had 5 key objectives: to grow awareness of the benefits of integrative medicine for cancer and to bring it into the National Health Service as best practice. So for the general public, particularly those with cancer, but also all organisations and professionals that work in cancer care who are frustrated themselves with the system that is broken here. Our second mission is to deliver an enhanced service with a restorative space so that people can come and learn, share and revive. A place to find resources and inspiration amongst people who are there to listen. Listen is the key thing, which often people with cancer, no one is listening to them, everyone's telling them what to do. So that's really important for us. And they're to guide and support. So we need to bring together all the experts in this field into our centre so that we can deliver this broad and informative education programme for public and professionals. In that, we need to include the family members and friends so that they can understand what we mean by treating people integratively, and we can deliver that through workshops, talks and conferences. Importantly, for practitioners and healthcare professionals, we want to provide training for people to understand what integrative medicine is and to work in a professional collaborative environment to promote those skills and knowledge. We need to build a community. I think we saw in the first film how important this community is, bringing people together to work to look for the best thing going forward. So for people with cancer, self-knowledge, self-education and self-direction, understanding what it means to you and then empowering people so that they can share that knowledge to a much wider field across the UK and beyond. And we want to be a magnet. We need to attract into our centre people that are interested in integrative medicine with cancer, those that don't have a voice at the moment, which is probably most people in the UK with cancer, to provide a focus, a forum for practitioners, doctors and oncologists who are working to expand this model of cancer care that we want to see through integration and collaboration, and transform the UK cancer care, because we want to, rival is quite a strong word, we want to be the best we can be in the UK, and there's lots of this integrative medicine taking place across the rest of the world, but it just doesn't happen here. So we need to be able to provide this. So what is it looking like? What have we done with this money? So with this team, we've actually managed to build a specification around 500 square metres. This will be the centre. We were looking at what do we want in this site. So much like what we've been talking about today, the essence of being in nature, the importance of being in nature and using nature to heal. So in a beautiful rural area where we can have an outdoor space, where we can enhance the healing process through nature. I mentioned we had to decide the where, so our planning took us to an area of about 40 miles outside of London. That in itself is quite a big area when you start looking at all these locations. But we identified some of those areas. We then had a deeper analysis completed of all of those areas. Does it deliver our key criteria? Is it in the right space? Can you get to it easily? What you don't want people to do is having to travel miles to get to a centre just because it's in a beautiful rural location. So that was one of our key location criteria. A much deeper analysis of these locations. What does the site look like? Is it a brownfield site? Is it a property that's already there that we might be able to develop? So much more detail across all of the elements of the locations that we were looking at. And in this, what was fantastic actually, Barker Lang created a tool for us. So we've got an analytical tool. So obviously some of the locations we've looked at might not be available when we actually get to looking to purchase the piece of land or the site. So we can drop in to this tool now the criteria that we created as part of this process. So it'll come out at the other end with a don't bother because this doesn't meet the criteria, or yes it does, or it's worth looking at. A bit like Simon's criteria for analysing the applications. And with Simon, our project developer, obviously we needed to create a proper timeline for the project. So this is a 3-year timeline which we hope to stick to as best we can, to develop the centre, build it and have the doors open in 3 years' time. And as I mentioned, Simon Pickerskill kindly did this very detailed cost analysis for us for the project, which comes out in total at the end of actually building the centre as a £5 million project. Slightly outside of the 100,000 that you mentioned. But obviously for us, the important thing is to start this project correctly, listening to professionals, getting them to advise us. This is not a speciality for the people that run the charity from day to day. So we've been very fortunate to have this team of fantastic people supporting us with the money that we've had from the foundation. And just over a week ago, we met with the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Westminster through somebody we've been working with many years, who's very passionate about the work we do. And she got a meeting in with Peter Bonfield, who took over the Vice-Chancellor position at the University of Westminster. We met him and we talked to him about the centre and why we wanted to build it, much of what we talked about today. And they want to work in partnership with us to build this centre, which is such fantastic news for a charity of our size. And they're very passionate about training the students that go to the University of Westminster in the area that we are trying to work with. So I mentioned earlier a training ground for people to come to, and they will help us with the project going forward. So that's the centre we're looking to develop. Thank you very much to the foundation for helping us develop this first stage, which is crucial to put us in the right position. And thank you very much for listening.